think it's safe to say that if you play video games, that there is a good chance you have heard of the Borderlands games. The first Borderlands game was released on October 26, 2009, followed by a sequel released on September 18, 2012. All the mainline Borderlands games are categorized as action, role-playing, first-person shooter games, which makes it unique in my opinion because it is far from a normal FPS game. I say that because every time I tried to play them, I would stop because I simply didn't understand how to properly play and enjoy the games until now. Borderlands 2 is sometimes even called one of the best games ever made, so I have no excuses. I had to and I wanted to finish all Borderlands games. I was mostly itching to play Borderlands 2, which has my favorite intro to any video game ever. I never really skip it, and to me at least, it just never gets old. I love the song, I love the introduction to the characters, I just love everything about it. It does a very good job at introducing you to the playable characters and just introducing you to the game itself. Now, as somebody who has never finished a single one of the Borderlands games, and someone who really wants to play Borderlands 2 and experience that thing for the first time, I can't just skip Borderlands 1. I played it a million times, but I never finished it, so I sat down and finished Borderlands 1.
Commandant Steele, I've warned you time and again, yet you persist on ignoring my orders. The contents of the vault are rightfully the property of the Atlas Corporation. But you, you belong to me. Yes, the key works. Sergeant, get your team ready to go inside.
So, I played all of Borderlands 1 for the first time, just grinding missions, doing whatever I have to do. Mainly doing the main missions, but I don't know if the main villain appears in side quests more, but like at the end, I had no idea who the fuck that bitch was. Like seriously, I still do not know who that is. And I think her dying because she opened the vault and stuff like that should have been like a big surprise, like oh, but honestly, I have no idea who she is, so I didn't really care about what happened to her. But the thing I can say about Borderlands 1, it is very fun to play. It is not on the level of Borderlands 2, I can say that, but Borderlands 1 is not a bad game. It is very fun to play. It has so many funny moments in it that it's just fantastic. I really like it, and I just hope I can see like a remaster or a remake in the future, because you can see the graphics are a little bit older, especially when you look at Borderlands 2 and especially if you look at Borderlands 3. But I played the remaster version from 2019, which sadly did have a few bugs that apparently never got patched out. So that's like one of the bad things, but it's just Borderlands 1. It's really cool, and to be honest, it had a lot of fun bosses, especially the Destroyer. Like, this thing is fucking huge. I had a lot of fun fighting it. The whole concept of vaults and stuff like that is really interesting to me, so yeah. I also played Roland, which apparently, according to everybody else, is the worst character in the whole franchise, so yeah, I did not make it easy on myself, and I do understand why people say that, because his ability, like his turret thing, is like fucking useless sometimes. So yeah, my biggest thing about this game now is, if you want to play it, go on. It is really fun. Just don't play Roland. I don't think he's like the best character for your first ever Borderlands experience. At least it wasn't for me.
torture dolls, boys! Let's turn up the heat!
Borderlands 2 starts with you waking up in the snow, Claptrap helping you, you helping Claptrap, and then trying to get to Sanctuary. Then you fight a few bosses before Captain Flint, but he is the boss that showed me how much different this game will be, simply because, in my opinion, he shows how bosses are in Borderlands 2. They are a lot harder for new players compared to Borderlands 1. I died a bunch of times, but it was just an amazing feeling after I beat him. That feeling of accomplishment happened many times during my playthrough, which is a very good thing in my opinion. One of the reasons why this game is so popular has a lot to do with the characters. First of all, the main villain of Borderlands 2, Handsome Jack, is very unique. He's not just your average game villain. He's a really good, funny and interesting character, probably one of the best in the game, which says a lot because Borderlands 2 is just filled with amazing and entertaining characters. You can talk and interact with almost everyone you see, so the world of Pandora is huge and you can just do a lot of things in it. Speaking of characters, it's time for me to introduce everybody to my favorite character in the whole franchise, and the character I played through Borderlands 2 for the first time. It's none other than Krieg.
I want to warn him. I want to tell him to run, to hide, to get out of sight so I won't have to kill him. That's what I want to say. What actually comes out of my mouth is, I have the shiniest meat bicycle!
I honestly had a blast with the character. Just using the melee attack during my playthrough might seem boring, but killing someone with it was just super satisfying. 10 out of 10. Would recommend Krieg to everybody that wants to try Borderlands. Just one heads up, there is a lot of enemies in this game that are very strong, especially early on, and especially in your first ever playthrough. If you don't know that a hard enemy or mini boss is coming, then you might be screwed. A lot of times I found myself surprised by a very strong enemy, got killed, respawned, and had to try 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 or even more times to actually beat the enemy. But I guess that's like part of the fun when it comes to Borderlands. You never know what's coming behind that corner, what's coming in this random, seemingly boring side mission, but it's just fun. It's just amazing. If you don't beat the boss the first time around, then it's just gonna be very satisfying and make you very happy when you do beat him eventually.
We did it, Minion! Jack thought he could stop us with a door? Ha! I was made to open doors! There's no stopping us now, Minion! Together, we shall free Pandora! I will lead you into battle! I will destroy Handsome Jack with my bare hands! I will... Stairs? No! Minion, you've gotta go on without me. Do your master proud.
Damn it, Jack! How did you know that stairs were my only weakness? Next to electrocution and explosions and gunfire, rust, corrosion, being kicked a lot, viruses, being called bad names, falling from great heights, drowning, adult onset diabetes, being looked at funny, heart attacks, exposure to oxygen, being turned down by women, and pet allergens. Your brilliance is matched only by your malevolence!
One more thing that I wanted to talk about is the ending of the game. The final mission of the main storyline, it's pretty lackluster, at least in my opinion. The first playthrough I did, I finally came face to face with the Handsome Jack. He used the vault key, opened the vault, summoned the warrior, which I thought was like not the dragon, but yeah, sure. He spawns this giant dragon, and then I fight Handsome Jack and the warrior, and for some reason it wasn't very hard. It wasn't very challenging. I just shot them both to death, and I don't know if it's because the loot I had was so strong for a early playthrough that I just breezed past both of them, but it wasn't very challenging. I thought it's going to be a lot harder than that, but yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to the true Vault Hunter game mode that I unlocked after beating the game. It's probably going to get a lot harder than what I have experienced. It will be interesting to try that one out, but so far the first playthrough I just breezed past the final battle and just finished the game, which I really liked the ending. I really did. You kill Handsome Jack, you defeat the warrior, you save the world, and then you learn that there are many more vaults around the world, and it's very cool because that game was released in 2012, right? So around 10 years later we have gotten the pre-sequel and obviously Borderlands 3, which I have no idea what happens in the stories of those two games. I know the pre-sequel obviously happens between 1 and Borderlands 2, but I have no idea what's in store in the future, so I'm very hyped to try out the pre-sequel and Borderlands 3 in the future. I might even make a video when I play and finish those games, but that is it for now. My first impressions about Borderlands 1 and 2 are very good. The games are really fun, really entertaining. I spent maybe around 80 to 90 hours playing both games in the span of a week or two, but it was very good. It was very good. I can't wait to try more. I will be doing the True Vault Hunter mode, and I will be doing the DLCs that I have, and I can't wait to just experience more and learn more about the game and how it actually works. For example, I haven't even been grinding at all, because I see people grind one boss a bunch of times to find these rare and cool items, so it's going to be hopefully a lot of fun for me to try that part of the game out too. But yeah, without further ado, thank you all for watching my little ramble video about the first two Borderlands games. I hope whoever is watching this enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.
Are those vaults?
You know what that means.
Yeah. No rest for the wicked.